fun fact. Gang Grumps got some new merch.
We are getting our merch out soon. It is good old DVDs of this entire podcast.
Not even Blu-ray.
Not even Blu-ray. No, we're going hi-fi.
Or you can even just give us like a flash drive.
Yeah.
Like a good old 256.
What, 256 megs?
No, yeah, megs. Or, yeah.
Remember
megs.
when the minimum was like 126?
Yes.
Anyway. Oh, this is Joe.
And Lauren.
Welcome to episode 280. Oh, not 280. 380. Ooh.
380.
Of the Dead Pickles Internet.
Yeah.
Back. Friggin' wintertime. Christmas shopping. Christmas dropping.
Sales dropping.
Sales droppings. Oh, man. So, yeah. It's mid-December now, y'all.
Yep.
Meaning the new game that you get with the gold is, I think, Dante's Inferno or something.
Dante's Inferno is another game, too.
Oh.
And also Soma.
Mercenaries.
Yep. And Soma.
The original Mercenaries. Yeah, that too.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's cool. Oh, Never Alone. That's the other one.
Yes.
For games with gold. Well, what's going to be for next month? We'll see.
Yeah.
So apparently Punisher comes out next month on the Netflix. Mm-hmm. Meaning the last season of the Punisher. Yep. As far as we know, because like, it looks like it's going to be the end of the road for Marvel Netflix shows.
Yeah.
Like,
bye.
So no Daredevil, no Jessica Jones. Well, Jessica Jones, of course, they're going to come back.
Yeah, but
that's the last season.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's then after that they don't have anything.
Nothing from Marvel.
The Marvel will run dry because isn't the new Disney thing happening like this summer? The new Disney stream.
I guess. Mm-hmm.
It would be because that's why they need to take off a bunch of Disney stuff off of Netflix. That contract ends, and guess what comes out on Christmas on Netflix? Infinity War.
Really? I thought it was Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Yeah.
That could be it, but. Infinity War goes out on Netflix, and some people are gonna watch that as much as they can before it goes away. Mm-hmm. As much because I think also sometime next month is what do you call it? Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah.
Incredible 2 comes out I think next month sometime too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
heavy hitters.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on there, and then it's gonna be gone a couple months afterwards. Mm-hmm. I think that's it. Then there's no more other things they're gonna put on there.
No more.
So they need to have another a deal with another company like that.
Well, Hulu owns parts of Disney owns parts of Hulu.
Yeah.
So it could probably be moving forward to Hulu. You never know.
I would love to see that. But
so,
I don't know, man.
Don't forget Hulu got anime now, so they got a big strong catalog.
Yeah, Hulu used to be the not thing to be going to.
Now
it's the thing to be going to.
No, I feel bad for Crunchyroll and all the other people based on their stuff on anime.
Yeah.
Because now it's just like Hulu's like, yeah, we got like most of the library of Funimation.
Yeah, that is true.
Thank you. And
well, then that kind of brings the question, like, why even have a Funimation account?
True.
It should just be like, we have a joint account or something. How Verve was.
It could be.
That's what I think.
Verve kind
of lost
that battle.
Yeah, that is true.
Who wants to be on Rooster Teeth?
Or the other stuff they have, or other things on that app.
Is El Rey on there?
I don't think so. Didn't we not talk about this last time?
I don't remember.
About Verve, like what's on Verve, and we saw we're like, oh yeah, this thing.
And he has a horror or something.
Yeah, it's like called Scream or whatever. And they stream like royalty free, horror stuff, and it's like cool. You got it.
You got it.
Anyways, let's talk about the things that's going on.
Let's talk about money.
Let's
Let's talk about lawsuits. Let's talk about
some funny meme stuff.
Yeah.
So we did. Was it earlier this year we talked about Soulja Boy? Or was it about earlier last year or something?
I think
where he did that thing where he's like, "I'm on the plane" or whatever.
No, that's not Soulja Boy. That was Lil Bow Wow.
Right, that's what I meant.
That was last year. Lil Bow Wow.
Oh, it was Lil Bow Wow.
Yeah.
I got my early 2000s rappers mixed up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Bow Wow came out in the 90s.
Lil Bow Wow.
Early 2000s probably.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
I know Soulja Boy comes out probably little mid 2000s.
Yeah, 2005.
So he's
2005, 2007.
People don't know he's like also a big anime fan. He made like an anime song.
Yeah. So if you don't know who Soulja Boy is, Soulja Boy had this one hit one hit, many of hits, just one. That people know him from. It was Superman.
Crank That.
Superman that.
It was a big meme.
It was a big meme, but then like the clean version was like, okay, cool. Then you listen to the unedited version, you'd be like, this song is dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
And also you'd be like, okay, it just doesn't make no sense.
It was.
It's just the steel drums that made like.
Yeah, it was that year's Watch Me Whip. They had its own dance.
Yeah, well, that was the first. Crank That was the first.
Yeah, I know. That was that year's, I meant.
Yeah, but Watch Me Whip is like
I know,
years ago.
I know, but I'm just saying, it's like in putting it in terms of...
You could even mention any other dance.
These millennials.
You could be like, yo, any other reference of the
that
dance.
Year's Macarena, haha.
So...
Anyways, Soulja Boy...
So Soulja Boy decided to get into the gaming business, and he decided to license a console.
Yeah, right? Himself, mainly.
He spark up with a deal with, I think, a third-party company. What's that company was called?
I think it's like a Chinese company or something.
Yeah, it's an international company.
Yeah.
But they known as for ROM hacks. Not ROM hacks, they just known for just emulated all
kind of like
Nintendo's
those
games.
Plug-in plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a big third-party plug-and-play type of,
business.
Console, yeah. And Soulja Boy decided to, get into the business, and they have the regular edition one, and then the Soulja Boy edition one, and Soulja Boy, it just has Soulja Boy's name, and I think picture Soulja Boy on them, blah, blah, blah. It's just a bunch of different stuff, and, like, if you want to, like, get ROMs of different games...
You can just do that on your own laptop.
You can do that on your own laptop, or better yet, get a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, that is true.
Raspberry Pi, or like I forgot another thing, but Raspberry Pi will do the trick and also will play pretty good.
Yeah,
it would be Raspberry Pi will do more. I did not get the Soulja Boy gaming console because it was like $150 to $200.
It was a lot for
an
emulation thing.
For an emulation game, which you can get the non-Soulja Boy one for $100.
Yeah.
So he marked the game. He marked it up by $50.
Yeah.
So Nintendo heard about the news,
uh-huh.
and Nintendo is pretty much threatening to put a lawsuit on Mr. Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
On different counts of pretty much like, hey, you can't really do this. We gonna sue you, and it will cost pretty much him lots of money, and can face the jail time between 5 to 25 years because all these different counts he have against him.
Uh-huh.
Which, let me remind you of, it's Nintendo ROMs that you try and emulate them. Bad Nintendo ROMs, not bad, but like Nintendo ROMs, like this is pretty bad. And also, if you look on I saw like bits and pieces of the you scroll through like the menu, they have an Xbox logo on it. They have like
so you can tell
Tomb
it's
Raider
super bootleg.
Yeah, they have Tomb Raider on it.
Yeah,
which is like before the reboot Tomb Raider, like the
original
dark,
PS1,
like the PS2 Tomb Raider,
PS2.
the dark Tomb Raider. I think of it.
Yeah,
and I'm like, nah, bro. This is so bad.
Yeah,
it's so bad that it's not good. It's so bad that it's just terrible. And like, why Soulja Boy would think like, yes, I think I will get into the gaming console, and then tweet out like these video game nerds and these video game journalists that just hate because my game gonna be successful, and be like, my game console gonna be successful because y'all don't want no successful guy.
Someone fed him some bad information, man.
And I'm like. No, bro. You selling illegal ROMs and you jacking up the prices, and there's consequences behind this. It's not like sampling music, bro. Okay, he go. First off, on the new Soulja Boy gaming console, there's Contra on it. I'm sorry, Contra. What?
Yeah.
Regular Contra.
Yeah. Yeah, the original Contra.
No, let me see what's on the Superboy.
The Superboy.
Let me see what's on the Soulja Boy gaming console. I'm gonna laugh at this.
It would be really funny to find out.
Soulja.
Oh man, there it is. Soulja Watch. Strikes again. Famous rapper sells Chinese fuse.
Chinese. Okay, boy, gaming console.
Hey.
So yeah, I got that. Games. What?
100% legit.
Games. Okay, so it said it has 800 games.
Oh, Jesus.
So I wonder the list. So it's on Soldier Boy handheld. It's a handheld. Typical retails for $200. You can get it for $100.
Soldier game.
So it comes with a 3-inch screen with buttons, a D-pad, helps you guide through the action like a console. The bundles games come through. It has 3,000 titles included of 800 you can find on any game. Comes with Nintendo Switch, 3DS, PlayStation Vita, and among others.
I don't know. I don't think he's been living this long and think like, I can do this. There's no such thing as copyrights anymore.
Yeah, there's no such copyrights and everything else. Also, Soldier Watch representative did not immediately respond to Fortnite requests about the comments. I guess Fortnite.
Oh man, playing Fortnite on a Soldier Boy console. What a world that would be in.
Yeah, well, time to not be alive.
It's not showing any games in here.
It's not showing no game. I'm looking at it no, it's not showing no games. But also a disaster.
What?
So this is a disaster. This is a bad disaster.
Mm-hmm.
But also is another bad disaster. This is number 2 and Soldier Boy number 1.
What?
The classic PlayStation.
Oh, the classic PlayStation.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hear anything bad. I don't know.
Oh no, you didn't. Did you hear it?
What happened?
You didn't.
I mean, I don't really check up on that.
So they play the PAL versions.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it runs 50 hertz. Not 60. 50 hertz.
Well, I don't know. That's just weird to me.
And some games lag up so fast, so the sound skips.
That's
and some of the regional things. So all the games is PAL versions, not US versions of. I think there's only a couple, but it's all European versions of those other PlayStation games. So you have Weird Startup as like the PAL version of Startup, and then it mixed with the PlayStation Startup one. So it's like, okay,
maybe PlayStation should have done this.
Yeah,
they're trying to capitalize on.
They try and capitalize
the NES and the Super NES.
You like
classic.
that? Yeah, you like and the game selection is not that good. It's not. You like, oh, we got Final Fantasy 7 again. Like yes,
Metal Gear Solid 1.
Metal Gear Solid 1, which is like, okay, so you took out the rumble. So we play you. This is not Metal Gear. You're supposed to have like a rumble feature, analog stick. I mean,
that's
DualShock. No DualShock. You just get that single PlayStation. You got Tekken 3 playing on 50 hertz, like one of the worst things ever to play on Tekken. Ridge Racer 4, I believe, is on that game.
Yeah.
Toshinden 1 is in there.
Yeah, and the first, not the first, but like one of the Persona games.
Persona 2, I think, is on there. And then you get freaking, it's a bunch of
stuff.
It's a bunch of stuff that's like, nah, bro, you should not.
They should have done that, but
you did it because y'all want that money. You never give us money.
Yeah, people are also not liking the the Deadpool 2 Christmas release out there, because it's basically just a PG-13 cut. It's not even a good PG-13 cut, because you can obviously tell some of the dubbing is not even good.
So they just like retell the jokes
for the most part, and there's like an extra part with Deadpool talking to Fred Savage.
Which is all on YouTube. You can watch.
Yeah, you just watched that entire thing there.
And they know about the whole thing.
But like, at least the thing they're saying, like, well, all this is going to charity. All the proceeds to this one, so it's not truly a cash grab.
It's a cash grab.
It's a crash grab.
A cash cab.
It's a cash cab.
It's just like they did like, oh yeah, this is all going to this. That's nice and all, but you can just did this in a DVD release.
They should have done it on the Blu-ray.
Blu-ray DVD release.
Which they're gonna sell it again.
When that comes out. Like, so I should just get the unrated version.
Or like they're gonna bring a 2-pack out later on.
Oh God!
They bring like a regular R-rated Deadpool, Christmas Deadpool, all in one thing, and they're like, "Jesus, you want to milk all of us for that money, huh?"
Yeah, thanks.
What do you think,
Fox.
we're dumb?
Yeah, thanks, Fox.
Some people are gonna get it because they're friggin',
collectors.
anything with a Deadpool face, like that's. I
got Deadpool in my crotch.
Yeah, I know. I go to cons dressed as Deadpool and people love it. Like, guess what? Probably half people do. Yep. Most of the time, it's kind of annoying, but
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
And also, you don't do Deadpool. You just walk around like Deadpool. You don't do his motions.
That is true. I don't think Deadpool goes around being wacky and starting.
Yeah.
He's a killer. He kills a lot of people, and just does that. And he's not dancing the Gangnam Style with a group of people. I don't know. Anyways, speaking of Deadpool, there's another one. Deadpool with guns. Spider-Man with guns. No, we're talking about. Well, I'm talking about Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Which everybody be ranting and raving good things about that movie.
That's surprising, only because when I first saw the teaser, probably like a year ago, around this time, I saw that, I'm like, that looks kind of cool. Little did I realize and know that half the people who wrote, half the team who wrote Lego Movie wrote this.
Okay.
So, because Phil Lord and Chris Miller were going to make the Solo movie, but they booted them off because they were going to make the Solo movie a little too... I guess not like a Star Wars Solo movie. Mm-hmm. So
they love it too real.
I would have loved to seen that cut. First of all, what they would have done with Han Solo and anything, because these guys are really good at writing jokes. Mm-hmm. With 21 Jump Street, Clone High. That's such an underrated show. Not a lot of people talk about Clone High, but I still love Clone High. And it's a funny thing to know that Clone High had both them and also the creator of Scrubs. So that's kind of weird to find out. Like, really? Both of them on that show? That's kind of funny. They made the Lego Movie and like some other stuff. So I like their writing. They're really funny at doing stuff like this. Mm-hmm. So I saw it and I'm just like, at the end I had to think to myself, like, is this one of the best Spider-Man movies I've ever seen? I believe so. I know it's kind of some people think it's like heresy to say, but it's like, if you gotta think about it, the Raimi Spider-Man movies were good, but
they had their flaws.
They had their flaws. This one has a lot. It's a very, very big what do you call it? Love letter to Spider-Man. If you've loved Spider-Man before, and guess what? Spoiler alert, I already am. A very big fan of the Spider-Man. They should know this already from Marvel. Was that from last year's Marvel May? Not last year, but currently this year's. Well, we'll see what happens next May, huh? Mm-hmm. And it's Marvel May, returns. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this movie. It was everything you could have wanted for in a Spider-Man movie, and it took them a while to finally get Spider-Man right. At least Sony, because for me it's hard to compare it to like the Marvel Spider-Man, Homecoming, because I still really like Homecoming a lot. Apparently, I found out like not a lot of people do, but I thought like that was a good one. I like that a lot.
It's just some people just don't like Tom
Holland.
Yep.
No, what they also didn't like is that a lot of stuff like involving Spider-Man stuff, like Uncle Ben, great power, great responsibility.
But
they've done that already twice, so it would suck to see it again for the third time in the theaters. Because when they did it in the first one, that was pretty much how it would have been in the first Raimi Spider-Man, and in the the reboot, the Amazing one. They try to make it all like, oh, it's a conspiracy now,
Yeah.
There's a reason he's Spider-Man. Like, no, there isn't. He just walked in and he got bit by a spider. There's no weird thing of like, oh, it's parents knew and then they sent them there for it. I'm like, no, we ain't doing that for this one.
Yeah, just like, why?
Yeah, and then. It's the first time you ever see Miles Morales in any of the Spider-Man film universes. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know if that counts also for Homecoming, because there's hints and stuff like that inside Homecoming.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be. I hope we see it in it. That'd be so weird to see two. There's two competing Spider-Mans. The one Sony, the one the Marvel.
Sure.
Because Far From Home is also coming out this July, right?
No, coming up July, yeah.
That's crazy to me, because that's just a big spoiler right there. It's like, oh, Spider-Man Far From Home, so he, blah, I don't know if we can, are we,
no.
We're in spoiler mode? No. I don't know. But anyways, but I was like, I don't know, that's just weird to me that's coming out, because they did a right thing by kind of keeping all the other movies a secret after Phase 4. Because for the most part, we knew, like, oh, Black Panther 2 is coming out with the same director. So, like, that's cool. I would like to see that. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, not the same director. So, we're going to push it back. You know, we're going to get someone else. I'm like, I don't know if you should do that.
Well, James Gunn's doing another movie.
Suicide Squad
2, so that's it.
But those are the only ones we kind of know what's coming out later in the Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. For as far as I can tell, it looks like they're good for making like a new Doctor Strange. I would love to see a new Doctor Strange, probably like the third Ant-Man, because I like the Ant-Man series so far. I don't know what else is there. Then maybe another Captain Marvel if this one does really well. Most likely they'll do very well. And then the third Spider-Man movie, because they like doing things in threes apparently.
Yeah.
So what was I saying? Oh yeah, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I think it was really good. I was very surprised with it. There's a lot of very fast comedy in this. The thing is, visually, it's a lot to take in because it's got that very comic-y style animation, and it looks weird to see it in motion, but you get it. You're like, oh, that's kind of cool, actually. You know, good performance by Nicolas Cage because he's been in 2. I've seen like 4 Nicolas Cage movies this year, which is a lot, and they're 4 good ones. It's kind of hard to say.
So what's Nicolas Cage doing this one?
He was Spider Noir.
Oh, okay.
He was Noir Spider-Man, and I'm like,
whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, like, all right, I'm always here. And I'm like, hey, you're cool, Nicolas Cage. I'm glad you're back from this weird like.
Are you sure he's back?
I mean, he made Mandy. That was at least good, comparatively.
But at the same time, are you sure he's back?
He should be back. He was in Teen Titans Go as Superman, and then he was this Spider Noir, and then he was Mom and Dad. So he's trying to make something else than in being like, you know, those made for TV things. So he's got a lot of IRS bills to pay apparently.
Oh yeah.
And so a lot of stuff I also know from that is from the Shattered Dimensions, the video game. You know, I know about like, oh, it's this hero from this. A lot of people I don't know. Like all the other things I knew was probably from like the Ultimate Spider-Man, because that one was the other one that did Spider-Man pretty well too. Like they actually introduced Spider-Ham, and I would have not known about Spider-Ham.
Spider-Ham.
Anywhere else other than that show. But yeah, it's a good movie, and I say just go see it because Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is made by the same people who made the Emoji Movie, but not the same people, but the same studio. The thing, like Sony Pictures Animation made that movie the previous year, and then this movie. That is a big jump in quality right there. Let's just hope that, because from what I can tell, it may be more of the same, like not more of the same, but like more sequels of this movie, and I hope so too, because like a lot of people are saying, like, you know what, I would love to see more of this movie. It's a very fun, universe, and everyone in there is likable, and I just love seeing everything inside that thing, and I would too. I was like, yeah, I would love to see more of that movie as well, and let's hope, they come back with more of the Spider-Verse. I don't know about they should include Spider-Verse, but like if they did spin-off stuff, I'd be like, yeah, that's cool. Probably not as long as that. Like did probably like 20 little minute spin-off things. That would be cool of each character.
Episode.
Yeah, like each character that they introduce, like, oh, let's see more about Spider Noir, because Spider Noir is actually kind of cool too. Anyways, yeah. So it is countdown month, isn't it? So we're going to go with our top 10s for this one. I think next week is going to be the top 10 games.
Yeah.
And you'll see what games we choose. I know for me it was hard. I was like, I don't know what we choose as number 1. There were 2. And I know I would have probably picked... It would probably be more obvious, but it's like, is it now? Because a lot of people are choosing... It's either 2. It's either going to be like the God of War 4 or Red Dead 2. Because those are the ones that people are picking.
Yeah, and then no love for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's there. It's a good solid 5 or 6 on people's list, but it's not going to be anything like.
Fortnite is yours number 1.
My number 1 is PUBG.
Excellent choice.
Excellent. That's a good one. Splatoon 2.
But go ahead. What's your top 10?
Top 10. So we got here is I'm gonna do a top 10 recurring shows and also a top 10 shows that are new. I don't know how
That's a lot.
I'm not gonna go long through it. I'm just be like that and that. I'm just gonna do this.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 10 that's recurring now is F for Family season 3. I love F for Family. Good comedy animated show. It's got Bill Burr. I like about it. And the number 10 for the new one is The Real OG. This is number just 10? For the new show.
Yeah. Okay.
That's coming right now. Real OG with Tracy Morgan. It's actually surprisingly funny, and you can watch it on Netflix right now. And I'm just like, you know what? There's a reason why I like this guy. Anyways, yeah, that's my top 10s for that.
Okay, go number 9.
Number 9 is My Hero Academia for the old recurring show. So yeah, I am a pretty big fan of those. People should know this already. So it's just back again.
And also, just want to let you know, do you want to take bets until Joe jump off the Hero Academia train?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't think it'll happen that soon because it's still going on for now. I think it'll get to the point where I probably will hate the fandom more, but it's like, I don't know about the show. Mm. But yeah, season 3's out, and also that's good. And I remember that being that probably like number 8 last time when I put on there. And number 9 is Who is America? This is a Sacha Baron Cohen show. I watched all of it, and I was like very surprised at what he can try to get with it. People could say like, oh, it's fake or whatever, but I don't think so. Like, there's some stuff you just can't fake with this. You know, I mean, he could have brought like, you know, one of the governors and made him shout a lot of racial slurs, but like that's something you just can't let trick people, like, you know, pay people to do, because that'd be just so damning to them. And apparently there was like a Sarah Palin sketch that they cut because it was, I guess, too controversial, and that'll never see the light of day. So yeah, that's number 9. Number 8 is It's Always Sunny season 13. That's recurring. So that's only the other show I see that I've stayed consistently funny to me for all 13 seasons. It's really hard to do, and people got like, because remember they did this thing where they showed a bunch of teens like, oh, here's some old Seinfeld episodes. What do you think of that? And they're like, oh man, if they showed us today, it would be, you know, so bad, because they showed a bunch of stuff like, oh, the Soup Nazi, the secret one where they tell them like, oh yeah, we're not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Then they were like, oh my god, that's so bad. Like, it's not funny. I'm like, oh my god, because if you see what It's Always Sunny's doing now, you would flip, you know, because they just don't care, and it's good for them because you just need some show like that. Number 8 on the new one is Goblin Slayer. So that's the one, that anime that people also like, and I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty fun show to watch if you can get past the first episode. I think it's fun. Number 7 on the old one is Big Mouth 2. I thought Big Mouth 1 was pretty fine by itself, but Big Mouth 2 was like, wow, there's a lot more jokes that really kind of cross the line of what they can and can't do on because like if it was any other network, they wouldn't have done it. But if it's on Netflix, they'd be like, okay, you get a pass because we like your guys' stuff. Number 7 is, this came out like really late into the year of last year, but I guess it technically counts, will be The End of the World, or End of the Effin' World, as this puts on Netflix. And it's like a British show, but they make it look like it's American for some reason. And so they're going to an old American diner. I'm like, but you're all British though. That's weird. It's kind of a weird show, but I like weird stuff like that. It's about like a kid who wants to kill the girl, and then the girl's kind of like a weirdo too, but weird quirky stuff like that. I feel like, you know what, that's not bad. Number 6 is Curb Enthusiasm 9, season 9 for the recurring. So yeah, I think he's Larry David's back. It took him a while, but he came back. And this one right here about the fatwa was like, it's a good season. I think they had a lot of a fatwa.
What's the fatwa?
A fatwa is when the Ayatollah puts a death threat on you, and then everyone has to, everyone who's under the Ayatollah's command has to either kill you, and that's what happens to Larry David.
So someone put a fatwa on Larry David.
Yeah, the Ayatollah did.
The Ayatollah, the religious Ayatollah?
Yes.
So how? Okay.
Because he wanted to make a musical about the Ayatollah, and the Ayatollah was like, this is so offensive. I put a fatwa on him, and then Larry was like, I got a fatwa. I don't want a fatwa. Because the way he says stuff like that, it's like, that's really funny.
So who played was the Ayatollah?
It was just, some guy.
Okay. Gotcha.
They're not gonna get the real one.
I'll put a hex on you.
Yeah, but that's really funny to me because, again, only Larry David could do that. Anyone else could do it. It'd be like, that's kind of fucked up. But he puts it in a way where it's like, That's really funny. And also the little stuff too, like, yeah, are you like coming back again for seconds, just cutting in line? You can't cut in line. You gotta wait in the back. You know, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I really like, because that eats me up too. I'm like, you can't do that. And he just brings it out there. Anyone else would have like let that drop, but not Larry David. He'd be like, oh, you're like stuff like, oh, you're a gifter, huh? I'm like, oh yeah. So stuff like that, really funny. I'm glad that's back. Number six on the new is Apple and Onion. Now this is a weird thing to put on here, because this is a Cartoon Network show that only lasted like 6 episodes earlier this year, and no one talked about it. And I'm like, I guess, but no one really, Cartoon Network did not even advertise at all that was on the show. I just flipped onto it randomly on the TV when I used to have cable, and it was a really funny show. It's just basically what it sounds like. It's about an apple and onion, and they just live their life, and there's a lot of jokes in there that are really funny, and it's voiced by one of the guys from IT Crowd, which I really like that guy's
work. To do with the afro?
Yes, to do with the afro.
Okay, yeah.
He's cool. I don't see a lot of him, but as soon as I heard his voice, I'm like, that's him. I know that's him. Number 5 is Daredevil Season 3 on the recurring. So yes, rest in peace, Daredevil, but this was currently one of the best seasons that they've had for the Marvel Netflix shows. And it's sad to hear, like, they're not going to continue this storyline. Like, damn. Even Charlie Cox himself was like, yeah, I'm really sad that they didn't do, they didn't pick up the show for the next season, because it was in talks the next season. But I don't know. That's Disney's fault right there. They're like, you know what? Cancel it there. We can do whatever we want on the in our version in the next thing. I'm like, oh damn. But this one's really good. It hasn't been. I haven't really liked the season since season 1. Season 1 was currently the best Daredevil one. Number 5 is Queer Eye for the new shows. I like Queer Eye for the straight guy. Well, not the old one. I kind of watched a couple episodes. I'm like, it's basically the same product, except it's newer now and it's on Netflix. But this was a big hit because people love this show. It's on Netflix. So it's like the most uplifting show you can see on Netflix. It's like, wow, they just want to make everything nice and everyone's cool and everyone's funny. That's great. Number 4 right now for the recurring shows is JoJo. I remember I put JoJo Stardust like probably a long time ago, earlier on that thing too. So it's like, you know what? It's back. JoJo. This is apparently the Japanese people's favorite arc, and people who didn't like it as much are kind of not coming back, saying like, you know what? It's actually not that bad. For Venta Oreo.
Because I guess bad translations.
Yeah, for the most part. Because people who haven't even read Part 5, who are currently watching out, saying like, wow, this is like one of the best ones I've seen so far. I'm like, that's cool. I believe them too. I'm like, you know what? It's actually still pretty funny because there's a lot of like stuff in there that you don't think would translate into animation, like with the dance or with the how stand explanations work.
Yeah.
But it just does.
Yeah.
Just like later on, it just works.
Yeah, now we're going to figure out how it works.
It just works. Number 4 for the new shows is Santa Clarita Diet. I didn't include this last year because I honestly thought the first season was okay.
Wow.
Did you think the first season was actually pretty good?
Uh-huh.
I actually, when I saw the first season, I'm like, that's all right. I liked it.
Second season was
way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say the first season had its lows and had its highs, but the second season kind of like
they amped
it up. Yep.
Like with the comedy and with like the intrigue, you're like, ooh, what's gonna happen next? Because you want to go continue on to see like, what's the next one that happens? But it's really funny because Timothy Olyphant, you would not guess he was a comedy actor because he does a lot of the serious stuff. He was a villain in Live Free or Die Hard, and he was the serious guy inside like Justified.
Yeah.
And so when
he does good show.
Yeah. And so when he does comedy stuff like this, you're like, you know what? I would love to see more of this dude. And he's gonna be like one of those up and comers too if he ever decides to break out that role. If he's ever in another comedy, like a big comedy or something like that, I would love to see like, yeah, I believe in it now. Okay, so after that, number 3 on the recurring list is Castlevania Season 2. Good shit, my dude. This one right here is like, that was what Season 1 was building up to.
Yep.
And it was like one of those shows like, I'm just hooked. I just need to see what the next episode is.
Yep.
And you just power through and you get a nice 8 episodes. They don't leave you short. They don't leave you short with only 4. I think 8 is about enough. It's like, yeah, I get a good amount, and you see more characters from the Castlevania lore, and you're like, I don't know personally who is, but he's cool.
Yeah. Well, you talk about like Hector and Isaac, and
yes,
like
exactly.
Carmella, and Brand, I forgot that Viking. Godbrand, yeah.
Yeah. They're all, when they introduced them, like, they're cool characters.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? It's still heckin' funny and heckin' violent. So it's like, that's up my alley right there. I love stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Number 3 on the new show is Agretsuko. So this is that Sanrio show anime that came on Netflix, and it's only been on Netflix. So usually they acquire stuff that's like currently airing, and they just let loose in one go on there. So you just, people who've talked about it before are just seeing it like 2 months later. So that kind of sucks because people aren't talking about it anymore. But this one right here is the one that got released all together, and Sanrio is the one that's made Hello Kitty and a bunch of like characters from the Japanese like mainstream. And it's about a red panda that just sings death metal, and that's the whole thing of it. First, I thought, I was like, it's kind of funny. Then it got really deep and really sad later. I was like, wow, it's kind of like how adult life is. She wants to chase a dream, and her dream was to sing metal and also to quit her job, but she can't because, you know, she needs that job to do money. And it's like, this feels too real for me right now. And we met the voice actress at Asen for the English dub, at least.
Yep.
She was so cool. I'm like, hey, nice.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So this got canceled on Fox.
It got canceled and then got
rebooted on NBC. And I was like, oh, thank God, because this show was really good.
Do you know the reason why they canceled on Fox?
I honestly do not know.
I think they just couldn't afford it.
Maybe. That just sounds like that's something a Fox would do. Like, what, really? That's a gold mine on your hands. They have a lot of great characters.
Yeah.
The writing's really funny. And
I know the reboot has all the return cast.
Yeah, it does. So I'm just like, I don't know what they were thinking. I'm glad it's back.
I think since it was on... I think it had leeway because Andy Samberg, because some stations had on Fox, some stations had on NBC.
Yeah.
So it was like a split partnership.
It feels right on NBC because they would have that type of show.
Yeah.
Because it's basically by the same guys who made The Office.
Yeah.
And it feels like an Office show. Mm-hmm. But it's really funny. I was watching it earlier this year. I watched like 2 seasons in 1 year. They crossed over with New Girl at an episode point. I'm like, oh yeah, New Girl. I forgot that show was still on.
I know that show is no more.
Oh, it's not? But I remember that.
Yeah.
Because I only watched like the first 14, 15 episodes of the first season. Mm-hmm. And I think like, it's okay. You know, it's not me. May have gotten better later, but I just don't know.
Then it got better and then you was like, yeah.
Maybe, yeah. But Brooklyn Nine-Nine, this one, Lin-Manuel or Miranda loved that show. It was enough to bring it back, apparently. Because he was like, hey, what are you doing, Fox? He tweeted this out. Like, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is one of the only shows I watch on TV, and you cancel, and then people are like, wow, he loves that show, huh? That's cool. Because you got Terry Crews. He's just a cool guy.
Named Terry.
Yeah, exactly.
And the chief.
The chief, Andre Brogner. He's
great.
And
I had to say as his dry...
Yeah.
Not dry wit, but like just
his delivery
is
great.
This is so like so you're not gonna take me serious about me wearing short shorts and just like I know in between takes he's just laughing, but it's just like him just like seriously you can see all the other characters like, oh, okay.
So yeah, it's good stuff, and I'm glad it's gonna be back because that show is just fun to watch.
Yep.
Number 2 for this year is Mr. Robot. So it's got your boy Rami Malek in it, and that's for the most part.
Well, you decided watch this show.
I watched this show before I watched.
Well, because this is new on your top 10 list.
This
new
is show.
Current though.
Yeah, this is a new show right here.
Yeah,
new
show to you,
new to me.
Yeah, explain that because there's a couple of these shows that it's like it's been out, but this is new to you that you are watching. I haven't watched that show, and a lot of people give it a lot of praise. Like it's just like the most accurate depiction of hacking I've ever seen. Which I'm like, I guess because I can see it. I'm like, I don't understand it, but I kind of get it. You know, it's like, oh, it's about kernel sniffing and packet
some things, and I'm like, cool. I don't get it, but I like the way this show's put together because the way he acts in it, he just acts like he's just doesn't care. And he just delivers some of the lines of like, I can empty out your bank account, expose your internet files, and I won't even blink an eye. I'm like, God, that Rami Malek is just a perfect choice for this thing because he just delivers those lines with just like sincerity, and then you can believe it, and then it brings back Christian Slater because he's been mostly inside.
Yeah, that's why I say Christian Slater was in that one, right?
Yeah,
that was built for him, and then Rami Malek took over. Took over the starring role for that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I really like that show. It's really interestingly put. I was like, because for the most part, hacking is just a guy on a laptop doing this and in another room, and then something happens. But no, this thing has to do with like actual banks and all that stuff, and they do a lot of really cool things that teach you about the world and all that stuff.
It's on Hulu.
TNT. It's on Prime for some reason.
Okay.
So that's why I watched it, and yeah, it's a good show. I would say go watch it because I love that movie show. Number 1 is the returning champion for me, BoJack Horseman. Now I don't know how many times I keep mentioning this, but I love BoJack Horseman. That's the recurring show to me, which I remember I put it on my list probably like 4 years ago. When it first started at number like 6 or 5 or something like that, and ever since like the 3rd or 4th, 5th season, it's been like this has been the best show I've ever seen in my life so far. I was like, I don't know how they keep topping themselves, but they bring out new things every year that in the animated comedy genre that not a lot of people do. Because there's like one episode inside season 4 where there's like no dialogue, and that's really cool. I'm like, wow, that's pretty great. And then one episode in season 5 where it's just a big monologue from BoJack Horseman. He just talks in front of a crowd for the entire episode. I'm like, wow, that's really cool. Stuff like that. And there's a lot of jokes about like, the Hollywood industry and just depictions of depression, depictions of manic depressive disorder. And that's like, people say, yeah, that's the most accurate depiction I've seen of that so far. I'm like, wow, I do believe that too, because my God, there's some moments where it's just really heavy. You're just like, damn, I can't believe this thing made like jokes about mental illness and all that stuff. Like they treated that with more respect than any other shows that's on Netflix now, especially 13 Reasons Why. Because people have said that before, like, yeah, this show talked about that better than that show. I was like, they haven't seen 13 Reasons Why, but I'm not going to. But yeah, it's still my favorite thing because it's just a mix of like great stuff all around. But you probably wondering, what is the number 1 show for this year? And it's the one I just saw like pretty recently, also came out this year, which was Barry on HBO. Now, usually when I see him, Jesus Christ, what's his name?
Bill Hader.
Bill Hader. When I see Bill Hader, I don't take him seriously because he's kind of a guy who does just weird voices, and he's just a goofy guy. But this one propelled him to like, okay, he's actually a pretty good actor because he acts the hell out of this one. So he's like a hitman / assassinator who just stumbles into acting, and now he's into it and he likes it. He's like, this is actually kind of cool, and that brings him into both the worlds of like he's got to be an actor, and then he's also got to be a hitman too, and he's doing hits for people while doing acting. It's actually really funny and really thrilling and really cool. I'm like, wow, that was really good, and I can't wait for the next season because they left it on such a really, really good high note. Like, oh, I can't wait for that. And again, they brought back Henry Winkler. People forget, like, yeah, he's a good actor, and then he won his award this year for acting in that show. So good for him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Anyways, that's the one for this.
Yeah, let's call it.
Let's call it. Next week, well, is the Christmas episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see what happens that time, huh? Mm-hmm. Exchange the gifts.
Yep.
Anyway.
Explain.
Extrain. Oh, man. It's been, what a year it's been, huh? Because people say, like, oh, yeah, remember that when Black Panther came out? I always think it came out last year, but like it came out this year. Like
it came out February.
What?
It came out Black History Month.
That came out. I felt like so long ago. I don't know why. You know what I mean? People said that. Like, doesn't this year feel a lot longer than any other year? I'm like,
no.
I kind of feel that way too. It's like, oh yeah, this thing happened this year too. It's like, did it now? I forgot.
Sure, to you, but to me, it felt like a regular Tuesday.
2019. So we're getting close to 2019. Everyone, make your New Year's resolutions now. Mm-hmm. And your New Year's resolution should be, you'll listen to our episodes more.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be my resolution.
Yeah, also for the deal of the week. You can get Mega Man 11 for $20.
Where?
At Target.
11?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's a good deal. Mm-hmm. I'm just surprised also that, again, Hitman 2 is on sale.
Well, think about it. They could try and push all that stuff out on sale and everything else. Also, Hitman 2 is not backed by Squaresoft. It's backed by IO now. So is
Eidos not part of Squaresoft?
No.
Huh, that's weird.
So that's why. So it's a smaller company now. Because it was backed by Square. Or Square Enix? Yeah, Square Enix. Mm-hmm. And Square Enix like, oh, we compared that. Also, Square Enix selling Tomb Raider, Shadow Tomb Raider for $30. So I am not surprised games are cheap right now because the holiday rush.
Yeah.
And they try and get
except
a lot
for Red Dead, of course. Not
so Red Dead is not gonna go because Red Dead made its money. So it's like if Red Dead tanked, then yeah, you saw Red Dead on sale. But no, still GTA is $20.
Yeah, they keep pushing out the premium online.
Yeah.
Get the card shark. It's like, damn. Because they released another thing too, like Arena Wars, which is like kind of like Carmageddon on the GTA 5. And I'm just like, they still doing that, huh? Oh my god, I can't. Because they're giving you free 15 money, bars of gold and free money, $250 on the Red Dead Online.
Well, they are?
Yes. I mean, if you participate in the beta.
Oh, yeah, I was in the beta.
Okay, well, then they probably should have given it to you already. So I logged in and, like, here you go for participating. I'm like, well, that's cool. Too bad everything is still expensive as hell.
Yeah, everything's still expensive, and I can't find no one to join.
That's true. I'm
like you.
Yeah, okay. Shift blame, I see. I was like... Because when I was playing that, you go through the first 2 missions.
Yeah, I went through the first 2 missions, the one escaping, and then grabbing the horses.
Yeah,
and then I see the other ones this is barren.
Yeah, that's what I talk to my friend about at work too. I'm like, is there anything else to do inside that online? Like, I don't know. Also, everything's way too expensive. Like, yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I think a regular bolt action was like $700 inside the online, while off on the story mission is like $130. So
yeah.
And you get paid more in the story missions than you do inside.
Exactly. I'm like,
That's why I keep saying, this is a beta, though.
That's why I said I was looting bodies and it was like 50 cents.
Yeah.
24 cents.
Because they want you to spend that cheddar.
No. I'm not going to.
I mean, I haven't gotten griefed at all in that game yet. You know, like people running around using the lasso and then dragging you to your death. That hasn't happened to me yet.
No,
I see a lot of people doing that, though. On on the forums and all that stuff. I'm just like, damn.
Damn, son.
That's why it's a beta, so it's like it's not really the full thing yet. If it is, then damn, they want you to spend so much money on that thing. Yeah. They want you to play 8 matches in a row just to get half your money in that thing. And even then, it's weird because for the most part, the online's okay. I hear a lot of things like, oh, I got kicked off a lot, or took a while for matchmaking to start. It did happen once where I was waiting for the thing to start, and then they just went straight to the end. And it's they were like, "Oh, your thing started. Oh, you're gonna spectate for 2 minutes, and then it was ended." I'm like, "Did I win?" No, they didn't. Also, the character creation is not good.
No, it's not.
It's like, this does not look cool, man. Yeah. They need more customization inside there, but.
Yeah,
I don't. Here's the thing. It's not gonna be my go-to going online on that. It's the story. I just want to finish all the story and do a lot of the weird random stuff they have on there. So I don't know. Good on you, Grand Theft Auto Online Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Online come out, but that's just not gonna be done. Anyways, yeah, join us next week, hey?
Yep.
We will do the top 10 games.
Yeah, top 10 games, and after that,
the movies. Yeah, hope next year. We'll see you all next time. Oh, before you even go, it's the funny thing is, when we did this last time, you may have noticed it cut off at the end. The last 30 seconds just cuts off. That's because the PC ran into a problem.
Hopefully it's not
gonna do that again. Hopefully,
again.
But I'm surprised. Like, wow, it actually saved it because Audacity is a cool dude. So
I'm right now. I'm worried about it.
Yeah,
you jinxed it.
Man, you believe in that stuff? That's just the way of the world, man. It's the way of the world. Just how it goes, man. Just how it goes. So go to our Facebook, facebook.com/the dead pixel of the internet.
Yeah,
like the page. Why don't you? Go to our Twitter at TPODTI podcast. Go to my individual at Joe Manuel, where I just try to get free games on the Major Nelson's Twitter thing. That'd be really cool if that happened.
Broken Hexagram. Yeah. YouTube channels, youtube.com/The Skill Trio Chicago.
Yeah, go to ours at Dead Pixels Internet. If you're hearing it either on there or on Stitcher or on iTunes.
Yep.
It's all good, man.
Or podcastification.
If you're on Stitcher Premium, I don't know if that makes a difference, but hey. Also, if you have YouTube Red and you're watching us on YouTube Red here, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Do that. I don't know if I really would like to see how that would work.
Yeah, we get no benefits of that.
I know. Anyways, we'll see y'all next time. Happy Christmas, everyone.
Happy Christmas.
And other...
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry
New Year.
Also, Christmas episode will be out next week, not this week.
Well, it's just a thing if they're listening to this after Christmas.
Gotcha.
Or on the other holidays you celebrate. You know what I mean? It's all cool. Anyways, this has been the Dead Pixels of the Internet, ruining the picture of the Internet since 2011.